Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, I see them up there. I feel like I'm scared. Amber looked like she was having fun.
It's a noisy balcony.
We're looking at the outdoor water park if you came in the summer.
The highway's loud. It is really nice weather right now, but this is not open.
No, buddy, it's not even 80 degrees.
I'm hot,
No, it's
but
not open.
this is not open.
This opens like in the summer. I think this place costs more in the summer because there's twice as much water park. All right, Raylan, what's we gonna do with you? Do we startle you?
She's waking up now, though. She's fine with waking up. She's been sleeping all morning.
What was funny, Raylan?
She was laughing.
What was funny? Is it funny?
What is it? Was it funny, but not fun anymore? So this is all closed right now because it's the off season, but man, this is a nice hotel and water park. It really is. And we actually got it at a great price because what we ended up doing is we came during the off season, which is why this is closed. However, what that means is the hotel was cheaper than usual. And by booking a hotel room, we actually got 2 days at the water park for the price of one hotel room, which is cheaper than 1 day at the water park. We paid $250 for a night, and we get the water park the day before and the day after our reservation. But 1 day at the water park itself, $300. So we actually saved $50 and got 2 days instead of one. So that was a great deal. And this is just a great hotel room and a great water park too. Like I said, we can't get on these, but we're able to get on all the stuff inside, which was pretty fun. So I just dropped my family off at Kalahari. I just dropped my family off at Kalahari Water Park, but we realized before we got there that we forgot Raylan's suction machine back at the cabin. So she's been having some extra secretions lately. We just thought it wasn't the most safest thing to be out and about without it. So I'm gonna go back to the cabin, grab her suction machine, and then meet them back over there. Raylan has been doing pretty good today, so we think she'll enjoy getting into the hot tub. She likes that kind of thing, helps her limbs a little bit, and I think that'll loosen her up and she'll feel good. But first, I gotta drive back to the cabin. I don't know if this is one of those things that medical families like ours have to do, or if it's just being forgetful in general. But it seems like we take more time figuring out these logistics than other families might have to do. Like, if Raylan needs a food pump and we forget it, we have to go back and get it. One year we had the food pump, but we forgot the charger for that food pump. So we had to drive back home, I think, from St. Louis to get it. And let me know, is it just us being forgetful, or is this something that medical families do because we're trying to juggle so many things sometimes? And sometimes it literally feels like we're juggling a ton of things. But we've just learned to be more patient. And even if we forget something, we just have to go back and get it. No big deal. Takes a little bit of time, but we got time. It's fine. And fortunately, this time, our cabin wasn't too far from the water park, so it's not a huge detour. St. Louis and back was a 3-hour detour, but this is like 20 minutes, so that's fine.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
All right, here we go again.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Have fun, family. Bye. My family's leaving me. I just got back to them, and now they're going to go play. Actually, they left Raylan with me. Raylan's kind of napping. Once she wakes up, we'll take her into the hot tub. And there they go again. There they go. Raylan's still sleeping. Are you awake now? Let's get in the hot tub. Let's take those shivers away. Let's get in the hot tub. Are you floating, Raylan?
She likes floating best. She moves her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Like to float in.
Are you floating?
Okay, negatives of Kalahari for if you're in a wheelchair. You can't go down water slides if you can't walk up a ton of flights of stairs. And it's a lot of stairs to walk up to go down a water slide. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I knew Raylan wasn't going to go down water slides, but until I was walking up those steps, I didn't realize how many. Wow. I was tired at the end of walking up the steps. And I have some foot issues. I have plantar fasciitis. That's self-diagnosed. Might not be what it is, but I think it's what it is. My mom had very similar issues. But anyways, whatever it is, I probably should go see a podiatrist because it's gotten worse, especially the last couple months. And man, after walking up those water park steps, my feet were killing me by the end of the day. There were tons of, anywhere like there weren't steps, anywhere there was a pool you could get in, there were those little chairs for people who can't go up and down steps that they can sit in, and then it lowers you into the water. We've never used one of those. I don't know if you can use it on your own or if a lifeguard has to assist you, but there were plenty of those. There was one of those next to the swim up bar to get in. There was one of those next to, I think, all the hot tubs to get in. So you could get in and out of the water easily if you could use those chairs. I don't think there was one to get into the wave pool, but the wave pool is zero gravity. The wave pool, sometimes it's calm, which would be fine for someone who's not steady on their feet, and then sometimes there's waves, and it goes back and forth. The bad thing about that is it looks like the lazy river goes through the wave pool, and that was the one thing I thought, oh, maybe we can get Raylan in the water and take her, you know, put her on a little raft or carry her through the lazy river. Not if it goes through the wave pool. Because if the wave pool's making waves, I don't want to be in that with her. I know part of the lazy river was closed, so I don't know exactly how that works. If there's a loop of the lazy river that you can do without going through the wave pool, I'm not sure. It's not busy here at all. This is still off season, I think. Kids are still in school. Right now it's like the middle of May. You know, the outdoor part of the water park is not open. You know, all the things aren't going to be open all the time. There was still plenty of slides open, plenty to do, but they just didn't have the whole lazy river open. I know at least one of the slides was like, hey, here's the hours it's open, come back at this time. It was real clear when you could go down them. So we bought a room at Kalahari. We're not staying there. We're staying in this cabin, which was a great deal. I want to say it was like $40 a night or $30 a night. You had to pay a reservation fee too. You had to pay a state park sticker fee, which was like $38. But overall, like, this is a very economically budget place to stay, and yet very nice. Anyways, we already bought, 4 nights at this cabin. That's where we wanted to stay. The water park, if you just wanted to buy day passes, was $50 per person. So we're talking about $300 to go visit the water park for one day. I thought that's just what we were going to have to do if we wanted to go to the water park. Really, to me, that's high. That's coming from someone who doesn't love the water. My kids like the water, but they're not like totally obsessed with it either. So, to spend $300 on the water park, and I wasn't even sure, like, will they want to stay all day? What do we do if Raylan wants to leave halfway through? I thought it was going to be a lot. But then I realized you could, if you booked a hotel room at the water park, you got the water park the day you came from open to close and the day you checked out from open to close. So we booked one night at the water park, and that for a family of 6 was only $250 something. And that included a room with a balcony that had a view of the outdoor water park. So it was like, okay, we've got a little crash landing spot that we can use for part of the time we're here, from 4 p.m. the first day until 11 a.m. the second day. We could use that room if Raylan needed to rest. Doesn't do us much good the second day because the water park opens at 10 and then you have to be out of your room by 11, so don't really have the room much at all the second day, but you have it that evening of the first day if you want it. So we booked a room. We had 2 days of the water park then, and it was like $50 less than day passes for one day. Here's the great thing with it. I did know one of these things. It said free passes to the Tommy Bartlett Exploratory Museum. To be honest, I thought it was just another little fun section of Kalahari's hotel. Like, they have a tomfoolery adventure park. I think it's like indoor carnival, arcade, go-karts. I think that's like carnival rides, games. I think there's bowling. There might be a movie theater attached. The place is huge. So I thought this Tommy Bartlett exploratory thing was just like a small thing in there. I wasn't expecting much. It's something off-site, and we drove by it. It looks pretty cool, so we're going to go there. And the passes they gave us for that didn't expire, which meant we can use those passes on Thursday so that we're not spending water park time with those. So that was cool. And then here was the surprise I didn't know about. And I don't think this stuff's always included. I think it's because it's off season. But when we were checking in, she said, your hotel room includes free zoo passes if you want them. And we're like, okay, we want them. The kids weren't sure they wanted to go to the zoo. And that you did have to use either one of the day you checked in, or you had to use it during your water park stay. So once we check out of that Kalahari hotel today, we couldn't go to the zoo tomorrow. But I mean, they're free. Like, let's get them. Maybe we'll use them. They went to the water park in the morning. We came back up to the hotel room. Oh, and also, we weren't supposed to be able to get into our hotel room until 4 p.m. They let us get in our hotel room as soon as we got there. They're like, okay, here's the key. The room's open. Again, I think it's because it's off season that they let us get in so early and not have to pay any extra for early check-in. I looked up the zoo on TripAdvisor. It had like crazy good ratings. They'd played in the water park for 3 or 4 hours. They were done doing water park stuff. They were tired of that. I'm like, let's go to the zoo. Guys, that zoo was the highlight of our trip. I don't know if it's the highlight of our trip. So far, feeding a giraffe, that was like highlight of my trip. I loved that zoo. I don't know if the kids would say it was better than the water park, but I don't know. They definitely loved it too. We had a ton of fun at that zoo. That normally would have been $20 a person, I think. At least $20 a person for adults to go in. It was free. We did spend $10 on food because at the zoo, you could feed almost all the animals there. And I got to feed a kangaroo, and I got to feed a giraffe. And it was wheelchair accessible for much of the feeding. You have to push the wheelchair. You have to be able to push the wheelchair on grass some to get to some of the animals close enough to feed them. But the giraffes and camels, you could stay on pavement and feed them. And Raylan was able to feed them from her wheelchair. So they can reach and get food from you from your wheelchair. So it's not a totally flat zoo. But I feel like it's wheelchair friendly, especially if you don't mind pushing up a little bit of hills. And I don't think the place was too hilly. But yeah, and then we still have to go to the Tommy Bartlett Exploratory Museum. So for $250, we actually got 3 attractions. 2 days of water park from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. whenever we want to use it. And the Tommy Bartlett Exploratory Museum, which we'll go to. And then this zoo. So I was can't go to Wisconsin Dells without visiting the water parks. But I was not happy with the price we were spending on it. And now I'm like, man, that was a great deal. Like 3 attractions for less than $50 a person. It's $250 for 6 of us. I don't know the math, but it's good. For like a little over $40 a person to go to 3 different things, including 2 days of water park. That was a great deal. So if someone in your family wants to do water park, staying in this cabin is great, and then booking the water park, booking a night at the hotel if it's off season, but don't stay there. You know, the frugal part of me says, ooh, but you could, if you're going to pay for the night at the hotel, you want to stay there, you could stay there the night before you stayed here or the night after you checked out, so you get an extra night. Here's the thing. If you have a lot of medical equipment, you don't want to pack up your stuff and go to another place. You're not going to get 2 full days at the water park if you do that either, because check-in wasn't supposed to be until 4. We got in early, but it wasn't supposed to be till 4, and check-out was at 11. If you have to get all your stuff out of that room by 11, once we pack up our van, it's really hard to get Raylan in and out of the van. Really hard. So we would be like, okay, if we're packing the van, we're going home. Or time to get out, we have to get all the stuff out of the van. To get all the stuff out of the van, to get Raylan out to go in, but then pack the van back up because your room's not ready. That really is not easy. To stay one night at a place when you have a lot of medical stuff, oxygen concentrators and suction machines and pulse oxes and diapers and Chuck's pads and all these things for your stay, I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you book the hotel for a night when you're still here. If you're a family similar to ours looking for somewhere to stay, book the hotel because you get these 3 things. And don't have high expectations for the water park for your family member in the wheelchair. If they like sitting in the water and they can use those chair things, there are plenty of pools for them to sit in. But I feel like it's a lot of, oh, there's a lot of stuff I can't do. So don't have high expectations for the water park part. But there is tomfooleries, which we didn't even go look at. And we're going to go look at that today probably. And I think that's maybe gonna be more up Raylan's alley. I think there's more to see and hear there than in the water park. We'll definitely go check it out, even though we didn't buy any tickets to tomfooleries. I'm pretty sure you can walk around there. You just can't ride rides if it's not included in your wristband. So we'll go look at that, I think. The other thing I really liked about Kalahari, there's these animal sculptures all over. The lobby had this beautiful sitting area with a fireplace.
Caution, fireplace hot. Fireplace hot.
There's some fancy little sweet shops. They're overpriced desserts, but about the same price you'd pay for dessert at a sit-down restaurant. And they look fancy and pretty. And Grandma gave the kids some money at Raylan's birthday time, because you know how grandparents are. They gave each of the big kids $10. I'm like, hey, look, you guys can use this $10 to buy overpriced treats at Kalahari if you want. So they'll pick out some things from there, I'm sure, today. But it's pretty grounds. I appreciate the view just sitting in the lobby. To me, that was very relaxing, just sitting in their lobby. There's restaurants in there that also look beautiful. I saw the prices on the menus. It's not for us. There's a breakfast buffet there. It was like $20-something a person. Again, not for us. But I think we got an incredible deal. Paying $250 for 2 days at the water park, going to the zoo, and then going to the Tommy Bartlett Exploratory Museum. All that. That was a great deal. I'm really happy with that.
We had such a good time on our vacation. I still have some more video footage to upload. I'm going to keep on uploading that until it's all uploaded. But if you want to watch the full video of us going to the zoo, I actually uploaded that to our family channel. The link will be in the description. You can watch us all feeding all the various animals, including Raylan feeding some of the animals too, which was really fun to watch. So God bless you. We'll see you again next time. Remember, there's always hope, even when life seems hopeless. Take care.